Hi, and welcome back to Dwayne's Guitar Lessons. We are working on Frankenstein. He has just currently got out of surgery. I had to take and make the hole bigger where the tremolo arm comes in so that the tremolo bridge could move back and forth and would have a little more travel when I go back with it. And I've done that now. And I just wanted to put a little video here. I wasn't going to put this too much at first, but I think it's kind of neat to see how these work. What I wanted to do is put a little video to show you how these tremolos work and me setting this up a little bit. So I did is I got the springs are on the back and the strings are on the front. It's where it's supposed to be. And then what you do after you get that put together, then you got to take these two screws that you loosen. So I loosened these screws to take the tension off the springs, and then I just blocked that so I could pop the springs out and that whole mechanism stayed together while I worked on the guitar. And then after I worked on the guitar, I put it all back. I basically just put the bridge back and I put a block in here, and then I was able to put the springs on without any tension. And then after that, the strings on the front took over, and I could pop the block out that I had put in there. And now we just want to readjust these screws back tight so we have some tension on the springs. So that's what these screws do. They determine the amount of tension that's on the springs. So depending on how you want to set up your tremolo is going to depend on the tension of this. But it's controlled by these two screws right here. And so they're pulling it this way, strings are pulling it the other. And then the concept is that it's supposed to float. Kind of float, be ready to either go forward or back. And then with the strings and the springs, should be right there where it needs to be and stay in tune. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to tighten up the strings again real quick here. You kind of hear they're loose. Tighten them up. Get them tuned up. Because that's always important with this kind of stuff. You want to make sure everything's in tune, working properly like it's supposed to. Make sure that you've still got good action, that it's not too low. With these bridges, you adjust them, like I was saying earlier, just like an Allen wrench. You pop it in that screw there. Try not to do that, damage your finish. And then you can turn it. You can turn it either clockwise or counterclockwise, and it'll go up or down, and that will be a good determination of your string action on there and how that will stay. I like that. That's staying flat. Let me see. Yeah, now I can make it go back like I wanted to. Yeah, I like that. That's a lot. Look at that. It's nice and slick. If you look at that, it's just low profile. Yeah, that's a lot. See, before it was sticking out like this. It was sticking up like that. You can kind of see that. And that wasn't right. I said I don't like that. But I still have to tune up the strings. And once I do, what's going to happen is that's going to pull that up. And then if it pulls it up too much, I'll just adjust, turn it over, and screw in those two screws I mentioned, and that's going to bring it back down. So that way you have that even amount of tension from the top and tension from the bottom until it just evens out. That's why it takes a little time with these tremolo arms and these bridges, and why a lot of people don't like them, because they take a little time to set up. But once you set them up, I think they look great and they're fun to use. I mean, you don't even have to use it. You can take the bar out and not use it if you wanted to, but I think it helps it look good, and I like this. This is going to play a lot better now. I can see that already. And it's going to play. I might have to touch that up a little bit, but be careful with your finish when you're working on your guitar. If you decide to build one, I get a little kind of just keep going on it, and I just say, oh, that sounds like a great idea, and I go for it, and this guitar is going to get beat up anyway. I mean, it just is. I'm not really that worried about it. So, and what's really good about it is they only use like 4 colors. There's blue, there's the yellow, and the red, and well, there's silver and the gold down here and green, but that's pretty much it. So it's not going to be too hard to touch up, if it gets wore off a little bit, and it's just those enamel paints you buy at Hobby Lobby or Walmart or whatever. So I did that on purpose because I knew there was going to be some scratches in this over the years and playing it and stuff, so it's going to have to be touched up. But this is going to be my new main guitar for now. I am going to make some more, but this one is it. I love this. This thing's came out great. I'm going to get it tuned up, plug it back in. We'll see how it sounds. And then I'm pretty much ready to go with it. I'm not sure exactly if I'm going to put those other pickup rings in there like I mentioned. But I got this. And what else? I thought there was something else I needed to do on it too. I can't remember. Well, no, maybe it was this plate. I got that on there. So, okay. Thanks once again for watching. You have yourself a good one, and I'll see you next time.